Czech President Miloš Zeman is outspoken, proudly politically incorrect and hoping to clinch a second term in office. But he is a divisive figure with anti-Islamic views. He once called the 2015 refugee crisis an organised invasion of Europe, and he insists Muslims are impossible to integrate.
The majority of these illegal migrants are young, well-supported men. And I am asking, why are these men not fighting for the freedom of their country against the Islamic State?
Zeman was one of the few European leaders to endorse Donald Trump's bid for the presidency. But he's also questioned the Czech Republic's Western integration, fostered closer relations with China and been sympathetic towards the Russian annexation of Ukraine's Crimea.
The EU is still very clear that the annexation of Crimea by Russia in 2014 was illegal, and there are sanctions which were imposed. And Mr. Zeman has been really quite voluble in saying that the sanctions should be taken off. So, I mean, I'm sure that Russia would be very pleased if he wins.
Zeman is expected to win the first round of voting, but he's unlikely to secure an outright majority, forcing a runoff round in 2 weeks. And some political analysts say there's no guarantee he would win that final vote.
There's a lot of people who would consider themselves to be liberals or Democrats or progressive and would not at all like the kind of xenophobia, pro-Trump, pro-Putin policies of Mr. Zeman's.
With 9 candidates contesting the election, voters have a wide choice. But Jiří Drahos, a former chemistry professor, is considered the main challenger. He's worried about the rise of populism and sees the country's future firmly linked to the EU.
If we want to decide something, then we should sit at the table where the decisions are being taken. I would very much like to see the Czech Republic at the table where decisions are being made about Europe's future.
The role of president in the Czech Republic is largely ceremonial, but they do have the power to pick the Prime Minister. And a defeat for Zeman could profoundly affect the current pro-Russian Prime Minister, whose minority government depends heavily on the president's support. Sarah Morice, TRT World.